How many of you rationalize your tithe? Like, okay, so this money, somebody just gave it to me. Now it's not my income. I don't need to pay tithe. How many of you? No, this money is not from my regular selling of granuts now. It just, please pay your tithe. The truth is, the Bible says on your increase. So any increase you have, whether it is dashed to you or you worked for it, it's an increase. The thing is, struggling with paying tithe is a mindset. Is a mindset, and you can break it. And let me tell you how I broke it. You get money. When that money is still whole, the money is not enough. So you're now thinking, this money is 10,000. If I now remove 1,000, how much is left? And even what I have to do is 20,000. So this one will not even go anywhere. As you're going through that struggle in your heart, just tell yourself, I will pay this tithe. Don't spend the money. Once you remove 1 naira from the money, you will not pay that tithe again, because the money is not even enough. Just as you're struggling that struggle, in the midst of that struggle, just pay the tithe. In the midst of that struggle, like, oh, if I now remove 1,000 naira, how much will be left? No, please. I need to, in fact, just remove the tithe in the midst of that struggle. Because if that struggle settles, you will not pay that tithe. And then when as you're removing it, be telling yourself, what I have is 9,000. I don't have 10,000. What I have is 9,000. That is conditioning your mind to accept the reality that 10% of that money is not my own. And let me tell you, when you pay that tithe, you will have a kind of joy. Because the truth is, you want to pay it. It's just that you're looking at your circumstance and you are not seeing how it will work. It's a different thing if you don't want to pay it. If you don't want to pay it, you will not struggle with paying it. You will not struggle. You won't even think about it. Once your money comes, it's your money. You use it. But the fact that you're struggling means that you desire to pay it. It's just that you're looking at the money. It's so small. You don't even know when the next one is going to come. Praise God. I just gave you that one for free. Okay, so yes. Okay. That's not increase. It's not increase. You pay your rent. If they give you money for school fees, you go and carry it and pay rent. You will pay tithe on it. No, now. Those ones are not increase. Increase is an extra. Okay? If you work and they pay you salary, that salary is an increase. If you do business and you make profit, before you pay tithe on business, you need to know your cost, your rent, allowance, and all of that you expend, cost of production, transport that you use to go and buy the goods. All of that comes into your selling price, right? When you sell, you have to be disciplined to work that out. You cannot just assume it. You went to Aba to buy products and came back. You took transport, both intercity and intracity, getting from the park to the market. All of those things are part of your cost. You come back, you pay rent. Rent is part of your cost. If you're not in production, assuming you're selling finished goods, right? All of that is part of your cost. You remove all of them. You remove the cost of the product. Then you will now know how much exactly. If you have staff, you remove the cost of your staff. You will now know how much exactly your profit is. It is on that profit that you should pay tithe. If you're a producer, then you remove the cost of production. Then you come to your tithe. But if somebody gives you money, that's purely an increase. There is nothing to say about it. So you pay tithe on that money. So you struggle with paying tithe because you desire to pay. It's just that, the circumstances of life is not allowing you to pay. So you struggle with it. And like Pastor Mark will say, tithe is the least we can do. It doesn't matter the argument about tithe and how people rationalize it or otherwise. We need to give to the work of God. Anyhow you want to term that giving, it's your business. Anyhow you want to term that giving, it's your business. Sometimes you get money and God speaks to you specifically, give 50% of that money to my work. He speaks to you like that. So it's not within debate whether we should support the work of God or not. It is not within debate. It is clear in the Bible, except what you're following is not the Bible. So the argument about tithe does not arise. It arises because people don't want to pay. They don't want to support the work of God. They now say, "Oh, it's the pastor that chops it." Are you the one who called the pastor? Is it your business to judge the pastor? The Bible is clear. Who gives you the right to judge another man's servant? Anyway, please let's go to what we're doing today. I hope somebody has been blessed. We just finished stock. So go to around maybe 15 or 16, slide 15 or 16, thereabout. That's conclusion. No. It is the last stock. Oh, really? I have other ones though that are not in there. Maybe they're not like structured. So maybe that's why I didn't put it. Okay, so I have here, but I have real estate there. I'm surprised it didn't come out. I have real estate. Maybe you're still looking at the old one. The latest one is not there. That's strange. I remember working on this in the office. Okay. So let's talk about real estate. Have we talked about foreign stock? Foreign stock. Yes, we have not. Check whether there's another PowerPoint presentation there on that investment too, because I remember writing all of this. So let's talk about foreign stock. Yes, this is foreign currency investments. That's it. So let's talk about foreign currency investments. They include foreign currency accounts, dollar, pounds. I know that banks do dollar and pounds. I don't know if they do euro. Maybe they also do euro. So you can open a foreign currency denominated account. You know, the volatility in the naira is a big problem. If you had 1 million naira in January 2023, 1 million naira would have been equal to maybe, then I think the dollar was 197 as Tinubu was exiting. Eh? Oh, sorry. As Buhari was exiting, dollar was give or take 200 naira. So your $1 million then would have been how much? At least $5,000, right? At least $5,000, 6 times. But today, $1 million, 1 million naira is less than. I'm not even sure it's up to 1,000 naira, $1,000. It's not. So imagine if you had 1 million naira in beginning of 2023. regardless of how much interest you would have gotten from that money. $1,666. That's what it will give you today, to $5,000 that it would have given you 2 years ago. So the volatility of the naira is what encourages us to do foreign currency transactions. I mean, investments. Some people get money and they just change it to dollars. They don't bother keeping it in naira, because as the days go by, the naira is depreciating every day. So you can open a foreign currency denominated account, and it's even made easier now with all these investment apps. Like PiggyVest has a dollar. You can open a dollar account on PiggyVest, and a lot of other apps, AfroInvest, and all of those things. They have, so you sometimes they need you to just give them the naira, they'll convert it for you at whatever exchange. Then even the regular banks, commercial banks, have foreign currency accounts, which you open as a normal account, just like the way you open a normal account. Fill a form, bring the normal documents, your passport, your ID, your utility bill to show your residence, and then the foreign currency you want to use to open the account. And I think it's worthwhile to try it. It's worthwhile to try it. That's a form of investment because it hedges against inflation and naira devaluation, right? So that's for foreign currency denominated accounts. Then you have foreign stocks and shares. You have exchange traded funds. Exchange traded funds are also like the form of shares, but they are like mutual investment funds traded on the stock exchange. So people like ARM, like, let me give you an example. Security, cyber security, for instance, that you can make an investment in cyber security with a particular company. All that pool of funds, they will bring it on the exchange as exchange traded funds. So you have exchange traded funds on various parts of the economy, or various industries, sectors. Yeah, sectors. You can have on cyber security, you can have on real estate, you can have in maybe fast moving consumables, just like that. And then they trade it on the exchange. We already know about foreign stocks. Foreign stocks are just like Nigerian stocks, just that they are foreign companies and they are traded. Basically, Nigerians are more interested in the ones in US. Every country have their exchange. Great Britain, United Kingdom has, US has. Every country has their exchange. So you can always find those who deal in those exchanges to buy for you. But in Nigeria, you can actually invest in US stock markets through those apps that we have already mentioned. Those apps the owners of those apps are linked to traders in the New York exchange. So when they get offers to buy or to sell, they just send it to their stockbrokers there, and they do the transactions and then route it through them. Like I said, but investing in foreign currency denominated products help you to diversify so that your money will not only be in naira. And considering how bad naira has become now, it doesn't even make sense just putting all your eggs in naira, because you can wake up tomorrow and with what statement naira would become 3,000 naira per dollar. And that's a problem, because it means that what you have is not really worth anything, considering the fact that Nigeria is an import-dependent economy. Most things we use, we don't make them. We import them. Even when we make, we get raw materials from them. So end of the day, your naira becomes worthless with just one statement. So that's it. And then I just gave the examples of, the advantages of investing in foreign currency denominated investments. I said diversification, broad range of products. Okay, so that's talking about ETFs. ETFs has a diversified risk. So, you can decide to buy banking stock. You can decide to buy cyber security stock. You can decide to buy maybe like Tesla, Nvidia, Google, Apple, Pinterest. All those things are public companies that are quoted in the United States Stock Exchange, NYSE. You know, but if you buy ETF, exchange traded funds, they are a pool of companies, but the only thing that hold them together is that they are in the same sector of the economy. So that's what the one of the advantages of buying ETF. And because it's diversified, their prices don't really fluctuate that much. Broad range of products in similar industry, easy to trade on, and they always pay dividends. They always pay dividends. In fact, last week, one of my classmates that lives in the US brought one ETF, Tesla, whatever. I don't know Tesla what she called it. And she said, if you're interested, you can invest. They pay dividends every month. I'm like, every month? She said yes, every month. I'm yet to engage her further to understand what she means by paying dividend every month. How do they do it? Is it MMM or something? You know. So they always pay dividend. So that's one advantage that ETFs have. Sometimes they could pay quarterly, half yearly, or yearly, depending on how good they are doing, their businesses are doing. So those are the two kinds of foreign denominated stock. And you know that there are stocks in every area, even in real estate. There are some people who just deal on real estate and they are public companies. They put their shares on the stock exchange and all of that. The next one we're going to look at is residential real estate investments. Real estate. We all know about real estate investments. Yeah, we know, right? When you buy land, that's real estate investment. You buy land. Some people's job on this earth is just real estate. That's all they do. They buy and sell land, properties. That's their work. You understand? So real estate is the major form of investment. And the advantage of real estate is that it doesn't really fluctuate like all these other ones. Most times it doesn't go down. It just keeps going up, keeps appreciating because people will always want to live somewhere. People will always build. People will always want to farm. People will always want to, the land. Land is just good. It's just good, and only few things can make land depreciate or property, like buildings. If there is severe insecurity, if there is natural disaster, or whatever that makes that area not to be safe for people to live. Those are the only things that make land depreciate, and they don't always happen often. They don't always happen often. Was it on Thursday? We were coming back from parliamentary extension around that Brook Church, and one of my colleagues was saying that in 2001, 2002, that whole area was bush. Can you imagine how developed it is now? I say, if you had sense, you would have bought one property. Maybe it was 300,000 then. When we moved into my area, the land there was so cheap because the road was bad and the terrain is not so good. You see how my house is. It has hill, it has valley, and all of that. As a matter of fact, when we bought our house, it was a dump. That land, when we bought it, it was a dump. People were dumping dirt there. And when my husband showed me the land, I said, what kind of land is this? Can you buy this kind of land? You know. He just laughed and said, I'm not even listening to you. And it was cheap. This was 20. Yes. That's when we bought it. Do you know how much land is there now? You'll be begging with 25 million. They tell you no, they are not selling. Now, you know, how much did you buy it? Even though we had troubles that made us pay like double, but even that double is not anything. It's so infinitesimal compared to what land is there now. So real estate is good. And if you don't have much money, be looking for the places that are not developed. If they are not developed, it's cheaper. Yes. But, you know, they will develop one day. Just make sure that you have a way of securing it. Either you build a fence, put somebody to farm there, and make sure you go there and check up on the land from time to time. And when you give it to somebody to farm, please, from time to time, tell the person to go. Because from farming, people take other people's land. This one is just my lawyer sense talking to you now. You can give somebody your land to farm. In fact, my colleague Emma was telling me about how her sister's husband bought land way back. Like almost 20 years ago, he bought the land, or 15 years ago. And he wasn't using it. He didn't have money to build. He just bought it and left it and gave it to somebody to farm. When my colleague, now a lawyer, started seeing what happens in real estate, she told her in-law to go and take back the land and put sand and start molding blocks there. You may not have money to build it, but put sand and start molding blocks. Quit that woman there. When the woman went to go and quit the woman started complaining how she had just planted. Is she going to uproot? Blah, blah, blah. The man said, okay, when you finish, let me give you this farming season. When you harvest, please don't plant again. I want to use the place. The woman said, okay, thanked her. 3 years down the line, the woman was still farming there. And that's how it happens all the time. It's not an exception. And the man started complaining. And my colleague heard, you know, she said, are you still waiting for the woman? Go and uproot everything there. Because this woman is trying to claim your land. He never clear you. Very soon, she will start telling you history of this land that you bought. She will tell you the history. You know? And the man was feeling bad. You know, how will I? She just got up and wrote the woman a letter and gave her 7 days to quit the land. The woman went everywhere complaining how they are so wicked, how they want to do this and do that. Eventually, they quit the woman with so much trouble and all of that. I'm just telling you that if you buy real estate and you're not living there, you're not building there, please don't take away your eyes from it. Because they will collect it and they will speak grammar for you. In fact, the people that sold it will even resell it. They will sell it, especially if it is in a built township like this. Go to Currencies and whatever they answer, all those people. You will know how many people are struggling. See this land from here, from this Efiete down to that bridge, that flyover, right? That land has been in contention for so long. These people will win today. Tomorrow, these people will win in high courts. They will go and sell. These ones will win in court of appeal. They will sell. Now, the judgment has been finally given in Supreme Court. And if you bought from the wrong landlord, it don't be for you. Because you will have to buy again. Or they will demolish whatever you have built there. So, I'm just telling you some of the risks in real estate. So that before you enter there, just be sure of what you're doing. There are places you can do search. We have land registry where you can go and see who has the land and all of that. You can ask neighbors, go around and ask people who live around there. I mean, who has this house? Who has this house? There are cases where somebody that is a tenant sells the land. I know one because he answers the same name with the landlord. So let's say your name is Basi Ayo or whatever, and the two of you answer the same Basi Ayo, maybe not the same initial. And you've gone and asked, who is the owner? They say, okay, it's one Basi Ayo, he doesn't live here. And the man now sold the land to you and you bought it. And after you bought it and went to go and build, Basi Ayo suddenly appears, the real owner. You don't buy markets be that, because the man will not leave you. Maybe you will end up in court or whatever, So that those are the dangers in real estate, but all those dangers could be mitigated with a little bit of carefulness. There are various kinds of real estate. Residential, which means you build for people to buy, or you build to let. Some do housing development, housing estates, and all of that. Like when in Abuja, there are a lot of all those things. Even in Calabar, you see people who buy land. Like we went to one compound in Satellite Town. When you see the gate, you think it's just one house, but when you open it, it's like there are like 7 houses or more inside the place. Man just bought it, fenced it, and built a kind of mini estate there and rented it out. So sometimes you buy and build for residential. You can buy for commercial. Like if you go around, like around Maria Market, there's one building that there that they built 3-story or 2-story. They are letting it out to traders and all of that. Commercial will include shopping malls, shops, offices, warehouses. Can build any of those things. You can actually buy shops. Shop is a kind of real estate investment in a market, because those shops, they sell them. You can buy. If you buy, you give it to the traders. And to tell you the truth, the tenants in shops pay. They are more serious with their payment obligations than tenants in residences, because the shop is their source of livelihood. So they won't want to owe you for any reason, so that you will come and now remove them. And if it is a good market, it's not easy to find shops that are located in visible places. So they'll be very eager to pay. Even before your rent is expiring, they will come and pay you. But residences, they will now be counting all their eggs and everything. Some will owe 6 months, some will owe 1 year. You will now enter the problem of quit notice and all of that. You won't have that in shop. Before somebody quits her shop or his shop, that's a tenant. It's either the place is not well sited, or the business has gone down so much that there's nothing else to do there. If not, people don't just give up their shops like that. Okay, but the risk in shops, right? You can buy it and tomorrow, like it's happening in Maria Market, the local government has come and taken the place, they are demolishing, and there's even no assurance that the people they quit to restructure will get the places back. They are not doing, that, John, right? They are not doing it like that. So maybe at the end of the day, you start going to court and all of that. So those are some of the risks in real estate. I've told you the risks in land. I've told you the risks in, all these other ones, build and sell, or build and, and all that. Then there's land banking. Land banking is where people go and buy land in places that are not developed. Like now they are selling land in Tinapa, in Akamakum, along the rubber estates that is on Odukbani Road. People have bought all those places. Most of those places, there is none that is in the hand of the original landlords. In fact, you can see that even real estate companies are buying them and reselling to people plot by plot. They just buy a home, maybe 20 hectares or acres. I don't know which one is bigger. And they now start selling them out in plots. Those ones are very cheap because those areas are not developed. Sometimes civil servants or a group of people will just combine, go and acquire land somewhere and then sell to their people. Maybe a union, they will sell to their people, they will buy it and start building in those places. And because the number of people, there are many, you will see that development will just come there very fast. Because if they start building and living there, life will come there. So that's about land banking. So you can go and buy any land in those areas and just leave it. When the place becomes viable, you sell it. In fast developing towns, Calabar is a bit slow because they don't have much money. They don't have the population is not that much and all of that. In a place like Ecom now, how many of you come from the north? In a place like Ecom, if you see how much land is going for, even buildings, warehouses now are like liquid gold in Ecom because cocoa is doing well and everybody is looking for what to do with money. Hotels in Ecom are even more expensive than hotels in Calabar. Yes, you know that, right? 30,000 a room. They are not even giving you like 24 hours. And if you go to the ones that are well sited, they are not, you won't even get rooms except you book ahead. And without booking ahead, the kind of guy they will even be making for you. So, land banking is a thing. It's good. Somebody like Pastor Mark doesn't believe in all these grammar you people are speaking. Shares, this one, that one. It's real estate. If he has more money, he'll just go and buy. Before he became a pastor, we were still in Aba. While he was doing poultry, he bought and bought and bought until the people even began to attack him like, do you want to buy over all our land and all that? He's a real estate person. He doesn't believe in all these other things. And he understands it very well. All the cola, wine, this one, that one. He has his ways. That's one reason why some people don't like to do real estate. I used to have a supervisor. He didn't used to do real estate. He said the trouble is too much. They will tell you to, but even if now wife you they marry, you bring cola nut, you bring gin, you bring wrapper. So because of all that, he doesn't do real estate. He will just put his money elsewhere. So land banking is a thing, especially for young people who are just starting life. You just started earning money. If you don't want to do shares, you could do land banking. Just find places that are remote, buy the land there, and just forget the money. When development gets there, you will see what happens. The kind of, maybe we would have been like 500 times 500% appreciation, even 1,000%. Real estate is like that. Then real estate investment trust. These ones are like shares, only that they are just on real estate. So maybe like housing companies and all of that, they decide to go public. So all the shares they sell is on real estate. So they call them REIT. Then other kinds of investments that you can engage in, I just titled that one commodities. Commodities. You have things like melon, beans, yam, palm oil. But those are short-term investments, but they can really pay you like 100% of your money within a year. It usually doesn't exceed 1 year. In fact, it doesn't even get up to 1 year. So how that works is that you buy those crops when doing harvest. There are some people in this Nigeria, the only investment they do is this cash crop investment. They have contacts in the north. So when they are harvesting beans, rice, yam, they will buy. And those people will store it for them. When it is time to sell, they will sell. Most times they make like 100% of whatever they invest. Sometimes even more. Like palm oil. Palm oil last year appreciated over 100%. I know because I did palm oil. But I sold my own too early. I made money too. But yes. So these are things you can do. Melon too. Right now is the season of melon. The price has come down. By January, February, March, it may be double the price. You understand? And these ones are not capital intensive. But like I say, don't forget that you can make a loss. My mom used to do this cash crop investment. There was a year she bought palm oil. The palm oil never appreciated for 1 naira. Instead, it even went down. because there was too much and a lot of people bought. So it went down. And another thing is to know when to buy and when to sell. You buy when it is harvest, when the harvest is at its peak, because that's when the products are cheap. You understand? You buy then. Then when it is getting to when the before the plants begin to mature, about that maturity time, before the maturity time, the prices will be up because it's no longer available. The new ones have not come. Everybody who has it will now be selling it higher. So that's another form of investment, and it's short term. And it's something you can always sell because they are mainly food stuff. Everybody eats food. Okay. So, and even like in Cross River is a good place to do some of those investments because Cross River is we are agricultural based. A lot of our communities in Cross River are farmers. And, the good thing is that they don't do subsistence farming. Most of them do commercial farming. Yes, most of them do commercial farming. So if you go to those northern, even at Babuyo here, they do a lot of palm oil and all of that, So it's a good place to invest your money. Then I talked about precious metals. I don't know about other ones, but I know about gold. Gold is a commodity that is traded. They have their own exchange, commodities exchange. And because gold is not, it doesn't, is a precious stone, right? You know that it doesn't wash, it doesn't lose value, it doesn't become faded, it's just there. As much as gold jewelries, we have gold jewelries in Nigeria, right? We have gold jewelries everywhere. People wear gold, they buy it as jewelry, but it is an investment. And it is so easy to sell. If you wear gold now, you go to anywhere in Calabar, maybe like Mobile, anywhere, and you stand. If you stand there for 10 minutes, Aboki people will come to you, except they are not there. Those ones that sell materials, do you know them? That sell materials, they carry it around. All of them are gold dealers. All. If you're wearing gold, they will come to you. They say, buy material. This one is good. This one is good. You say you don't want to buy. They say, do you have gold? Because they've seen you're wearing gold. They will even tell you, I buy this much. Right now, a gram of gold, as at last year, to buy was 180. 1 gram. No, not last year, 2 years ago. It was 180. I don't know how much it is now. Imagine that you bought gold many years ago. Like this, my own is over 15 years. And you have a need for money. Maybe when I bought it, it was 200 naira. Or I'm not saying that's what it was, but I'm sure it wasn't up to 10,000 naira a gram. How much did I even buy the whole earring? Imagine if I want to sell it now. And I'm selling 180 a gram or 100,000. Let me even just put it flat. 100,000 a gram. After many years, it has not spoiled. It's still there. I'm still wearing it to flex. And then you have a need. As for my colleagues, they like all these young people, they like all this jewelry, they will buy. One day I told one, I said, stop buying this, all these fashion things. Accumulate the money you used to buy this. Even if it is a stud gold earring, buy it. Even if it is a stud gold earring. She said, that she has been thinking. I said, stop thinking. Just buy it. Because all the money you used to buy all these various colors for various clothes and all of that, if you accumulate it, you can buy one stud earring. And then when you're tired of wearing it or when you have a need, and the thing is that you can sell it so fast. So fast. So fast. There's always a market that trades fast. And, my friend was telling me a story about how one of her church members, that is her friend, needed money to, I think, send her child to either university or secondary school, one of the two, for the first time. So they needed a lot of money and the money was not coming. So she just gathered her gold. Some have been missing and all of that. She just carried all of them, went to Aboki to Not Aboki, that place. Bogobiri. The woman came back with one point something million. The woman almost fainted on the road, like she couldn't believe it. Like how? This thing that have been in my house since that I've not even bothered to. I don't wear them because most of them are 1 and all that. 1 point something million. That's what she came back with. And I'm sure that the thing might not even reach a handful. Maybe it might even just be 3 or something. So that's how valuable these stones are. After rocking it, when you have problem, you can sell it. I know somebody who had a problem of flight tickets to Obodo Yibo. She wanted to Japa, and she bought the first ticket, and there was a problem with the ticket. And she needed to buy another one. And the last date for her to depart was so close. They were looking for money everywhere. I don't know who gave them brain. The woman carried her gold and sold. And she bought her ticket. And it wasn't to UK. You would say UK is 1 point something million or 2 point something million. It was to America. So there is no way at that time that the ticket would have been less than 2 or 3 million. She sold her gold and bought the ticket. So I'm opening your eyes so that when you begin to work and make small money, you know what to do with the money. Buying iPhone 6 is not important, whether it is 6 or whatever you could call it. Even buying car is not important. If you use that 1 or 2 million, you want to go and buy motor, that mechanic will become your best friend. Use that 1 or 2 million and make an investment. At least buy gold if you can't buy any other thing. And then after 2 years, sell it and then buy whatever you want to buy. Or you put it in land. Just buy land and leave it. Let me not talk about shares. At least these ones are the ones I know that they hardly go down. Buy it, and then maybe after 2-3 years, or when you want to marry wife, just sell it. But I won't advise you to sell land to marry wife, sha. Because when you finish marrying that wife, your eye will clear. You will now know that there's more to life than marrying wife. You can ask Yaki. He didn't have to sell land to marry his wife. Yes, he understood Pastor Mark's kind of mentality. And I mean, why do you have to spend so much money just to marry wife? It's not like wife is very important, but do you have to spend so much money? What are you showing? You can never do the best wedding on this earth. And you can never do the worst wedding on this earth. There's always one better than your own, or always one worse than your own. So why will you stress? Just do, basic. And don't impress the whole world. But if you have the money, sha, you can impress the whole world. And not that kind of money you finish and then you'll be looking for where to get money to pay. No. Just do it and not feel the pain. That's the only time I will encourage you to do big wedding. You won't even do as if you removed anything from your account. Then you can now, not that you're a struggling man or woman, you will now go and be waiting to do. It will shock you, say when you come out, people will be saying, what kind of wedding is this? Yes, now. So, in conclusion, I said, do not eat your fruit, and eat your seed. God has given you both. The Bible says he gives and seed to the sower. That means in every money you get, there is bread and there is seed. Don't eat your seed and eat your fruit. You will pay for it. You will pay for it. Nurture your dream to become wealthy. You nurture it, and you nurture it by action, small action. Start to save. There is no money that will ever be enough. Even in my house, we don't eat 3 times a day. Because you'll be looking, if it's pastor, you say tithes and offering are coming. There's no money that will ever be enough in present day Nigeria. Even the people you think they are big men, they have their own troubles. So you that they have not classified as big man, what makes you think that you need to eat 3 times a day? You need to always eat suya, eat bonbon, chew chewing gum, and all of that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let your indulgence be a reward for something. So you tell yourself, I will save 5,000 this month. I will save 5,000 for 3 months at a stretch. When you achieve that 5,000 savings for after the 3 months, you can take 1,000 from your savings if you don't have any other money and treat yourself. But it's not that every time you want to eat chocolate, you want to eat this, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. You will just eat your life away. You will eat your life. That's the truth. I should call your name, Abby. I should just call your name and rest. You'll be surprised it's not only you. It's not your own, maybe that, but there are other people that their own are other things too. Don't you watch those kids? They will carry girls to impress or buy Bone Street to impress. Who are you even impressing? And when you reach there, the girl will order 2 plates of chicken, 2 plates of fish, 3 bottles of this. And there's nothing you can do. You have to pay. You're trying to impress. So it's different strokes for different folks. It's not the same for everybody. But all I'm trying to say is don't be extravagant. Nurture your money. Nurture it so that it will grow. If not, you will remain on this level forever. You remain on this. There was a time I was saving 1,000 every month, 1,000. Because I didn't have money, but I had to save. When God started dealing with me initially, 1,000 was what I was saving. In me, it even looked very ridiculous. But even to save the 1,000 was not even easy. So at the end of that year, when I saved 12,000, you needed to see how ecstatic I was. So in the midst of all this struggle, you couldn't pay school fees, we couldn't do this. I was still able to save 12,000. Do you know what it means? And then I started saving 3,000. I started, so it's a habit. The important thing is acquiring the habit. You need to train yourself to have the habit. So nurture your dream to become wealthy. It doesn't come by telling story. You don't need to blow to invest. That's where you are. Don't wait till you have 100,000. Don't wait till you have 50,000. Don't wait till you have 200. Whatever you have, you can always start from there. You can start from there. It's not hard. Your phone is not for mindless scrolling. So you can explore some kinds of jobs or things you can do that will not take over all your time. Or if you're a young person, you're still in school or you're looking for a job, just find something to learn. There are many skills. You can find somewhere to fit in and you can do it on your phone. You don't need to own a shop. You don't need to have capital. Your money is not just for flexing. So flex less and save more. Flex less and save more. Thank you. I think here is where we will come to the end of this series. God bless you. Do we have questions? Comments? Yes, Kiki. The stock market is a market, but it's not for everybody. I had said that people who trade in the stock market are called stock brokers, right? Stock brokers have companies. They have offices. So you can walk into their office and place your order. Okay? But now it's even been made easier in this digital age. There are apps you will download. There are apps you will download and trade your shares through those apps. You understand? For instance, Bamboo or AfriInvest. If you download their app, it's like opening an account. You will open an account with them, normal accounts. And then you open a stockbroking account with them. So that when you pay money into your account, you can now fill your stock order form. They will take money from your account and do the trading. When they buy it, they put it in your stock account. Because everybody has a stock account. It's a well-organized market. Everybody has a clearinghouse number. So that even if your stockbroker goes down, your shares will not be lost. You get? So they are stockbrokers, and those stockbrokers have offices. They are is like a bank that you say, okay, this is a bank. So that's a stockbroking firm. You can walk in there, or you do it digitally, which is what most people are doing now because it's easy. It's easier. Like most stockbrokers don't have branches outside of Lagos or Abuja because stock exchange is in Lagos. So most people have their offices there. Some have branches, but not much. So it's better you do it through the app. And now there's even app. Nobody bothers to open physical offices anymore because they are expensive to maintain. So yeah, that's how you buy it. You know, during the GTB, was it GTB? Buchi bought 100 shares. He bought 100 shares of GT stock last year. And he was like, that, Mommy, I want to buy. I said, buy it. It's okay. At least it was an initial public offer. I mean, it wasn't initial, but it was a public offer. So it was as low, you could buy as low as that. You know, so yes. Any other question? Or can I escape? Take microphone. There's no question that is foolish. You're asking it because you don't know.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Mm-hmm.
I understand better today about different ways of investing, but I want to ask this question going through my mind. If it's you make savings and you have a business and you decide to invest on a new business, will you call that an investment or is just
No, that's trading.
okay?
That's trading. You might not hear the day I made the distinction between trading and investment. That's trading. So you're scaling your business, or you're just having multiple sources of income. If it's a different kind of business from the one you're already doing. Yeah.
I don't know if this is a question, but I feel like since we have different, how do I even put this now? Like we have real estate, we have shares and all of that. Because that would be very like difficult. Is it fine that I pick a niche and just stay there? For example, I think I am more interested in the jewelries, the gold, like
Okay.
investment,
Okay.
because it's something I'm interested in.
Yes.
So I know that gold is valuable, that values, but I didn't see it to be classified into like a proper investment. So yes, because I think that's something I know I can do and remove my mind, because I think I'm yeah, that's the thing. Absolutely, because there's a mindset about, because one time you are taught that if you are someone that is investing for your belly for the now, don't even go into it, because it's hey God, because there's a thing of thinking that I put my money into something and then my mind is thinking the risk of it, but then I know that coming to this one, I can find my niche, is something I can easily do. And thank you very much, man. That was very helpful.
But again, the risk in gold is that it can easily get lost. Yeah, you have the risk. It can easily get lost. I have to tell you. Yes, it can easily get lost. But you'll be paying now. Will they just keep it like that? You will pay. Yeah, so I just needed to draw your attention to that. But some of the golds I sold, some of them, just a few of them, because they got missing. Maybe one year, I bought gold when my children were in primary school. I bought gold for them. I used to put it in their ear and they go to school. A few years down the line, they were all missing. Some had just one ear and all of that. If I was wiser, I would not have been wearing it on them when they were going to school. But I just needed something they could wear and not need to change it or remove it when you're bathing and all of those things. Some of them had sensitive ear and that, but So I wasn't buying it with the mind of investment even then. You understand? But just buying it as jewelry because I could afford it. But when things became hard, I've always known that you could sell gold, but I'd never thought about it. And I realized that this is so good to do because I just carried all those on one year and went and sold them. So, and if you have real troubles, you won't sell one year. You just carry everything. If you have real trouble, that's true. Carry everything and go and sell because you need the money to be alive. Uh-huh. You know. So, thank you everybody for listening.
Hallelujah. Amen. Let me just say this so that you can. This is part of the conclusion of investment. Okay. How many of you know the former Minister for Trade and Investment? Okay, Enelama. During Buhari's first tenor of Buhari's administration. Before he's the son of a Methodist pastor. He's the elder brother to Pastor John Enelama. You know him. Okay. Before he turned 50, he had said to himself that when he turns 50, he was going to give out $25,000. That was his challenge to himself. $25,000. And he turned 50, I think 207, I think 207, thereabout. 2007. That's when he turned 50. And he gave $25,000 out to different people. He shared it. Even John got a share from that money. So you can challenge yourself. You can make your investment a targeted investment. You say, by the time I'm this old, this is how much I want to have in my portfolio. That becomes your motivation. Because investment is denying yourself gratification. There has to be something to encourage you to keep doing it. Are you following me? Okay. And then the other one is that the question that Star asked, do something you're comfortable with. I don't own shares. I don't own shares. I have traded shares for my wife when the market was still physical. I'll go to Lagos, do the transaction in Lagos on her behalf. But I have never put my money in shares. But you see land, even if it's under this building and it's for sale and I have money to buy it, I'll buy it. I won't think about it. I understand it very well. I know that you can never buy land and the land will depreciate. What makes land depreciate is that the people around that place decide to reduce the price in connivance with government or a group of people. That's the only thing that makes land depreciate. Number 3 is that every investment is prone to loss. Therefore, you must not invest in fear. Don't be afraid to invest because you are afraid you're going to lose it. My younger brother, who is a police officer, when they sent him to Zamfara in the heat of Boko Haram. He called me, said, they have posted him to Zamfara. I said, go there. He was thinking about changing the post. And I said, go there. Because if you serve your term there and come out, you won't have to go in that direction again. He went there. Before he left, I told him, I said, are there not people who have served there and come out? And he said, they are. I said, why do you think you are not the one? You are not going to be part of those ones who will serve there and come out. If your mind is set on loss, you will lose. because you will not be confident to move on. A double-minded person is unstable. You don't expect anything to come out from that thing. Are you following me? Don't be afraid to lose. He went there. They cut him off in Niger. Destroyed a new truck that they had given him. He ran for 3 days on foot. Eventually got to Niger, handed over his arms, and found his way back to Nigeria. He was almost court-martialed. But he's today in Abuja. That one that was afraid to go to Zamfara. He's still alive. He's in Abuja. They posted him. He served his term there and came out. Are you following me? And lastly, I want to say this. You see those small, small bits of gold? I was the one who went to sell it. They did not feel, what's the smallest, you know those small pouches that they put, no, that is big now. That's too big. Those small envelopes. Okay, let me describe what I sold. You know the ear, this ear, the leg that you use to lock your earring. That small head, that small pin, that one stud, one small leg like a trigger. I don't know, those ones that you press and think clips. You know that one, that one. And one other one. I took it there. I sold it for almost 300,000 naira gold. You like money. You like money. Listen. The best time to start is when? Now. Don't waste this time we have spent. We have spent almost 1 month doing investment. There are other things you can invest in. Okay? You can invest in people. I invest in people. Personally, I invest in people. My greatest investment in life is human beings. I have people who make sure that as long as I'm alive today, that there are certain things I will not lack. I have people who pay my internet bills. I have people who, if they hear I have an issue anywhere in this world, will stretch their hands to carry it on their head because I invested in them. Invest in people. Everybody you see is a potential minefield of wealth. There's plenty to mine from there. Every human being you see, invest in people. Don't treat people anyhow. Don't treat people anyhow. Okay? You may be on top today. You're not always going to be on top. By nature, not because the devil is strong. By nature, you will not always be on top. There was a time in my life I made all the decisions in my house. Today, I make decisions by consultation. I'm still the owner of that house. But I make my decision by consultation. I call my children and say, I want to do this. What do you think? Before we put solar in the house, I said to them, I want to put solar in the house. What do you think? They said, go ahead and put. I said, I don't have money. They started suggesting. Some said, sell my property. Do this, and get the money. We have solar. By consultation, I could have gone and done anything I wanted to do after. After all, I'm the father of the house. I will do boss, and they will leave me. When I need them the most, they'll say, continue your bossing. Praise God. So I'm very aware. I'm very aware. You will be on top today. Tomorrow, I may not have the energy. And even now, I don't have the energy for many things. I'd rather let it fly and just go my own so that I can have peace of mind. Okay? Praise God. So, invest in people and Invest in your family, invest in your church. Don't be an attendee. Be a valuable player. Be a valuable player. Wherever you are, be a valuable player. Make your own contributions, and you see how God will move you from place to place. Are you following me? I told you my closing thought. We are living in the past of God. We are living in the past of God. Everything concerning our life has already been written down, and it's a blockbuster. I was watching this trending movie, To Kill a Monkey, recently. And as I was watching it, I was asking myself, where is all this going to? Where is all this going to? But eventually, when it ended, I was sad. I didn't like the way it ended because some decisions were made by the two actors of that movie. Their decisions, I didn't like it. I didn't like how it ended. That's because the two of them were short-sighted. Don't be short-sighted about life. Don't be short-sighted about life. Even the one who struggled, and the thing is that the people who spur you to do shortcut are the ones who will condemn you in the end. Don't let anybody remote you. Me, I don't have technology. God did not create me with technology of remote. Are you hearing me? So even if you bring remote, there's universal remote. You can program to fit anything. This one, there's no universal remote you can use that can work, because the technology that supports universal remote or even any remote it doesn't exist inside this one. Don't let people remote you. Be yourself at all times. Praise God. Let's welcome the worship team.